Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, did you see any planes flying overhead?
No, why?
Well, did they defecate on you?
Why would planes suffocate on me?
That's what the president said. He posted an AI video of the president in a fighter jet dropping shit on the people protesting the No Kings protest.
American citizens. The president
Hmm.
wants to poop on them.
Real people with their real faces.
Real people with their real faces, real working class, hardworking Americans, and all that stuff. Listen, obviously, very upsetting. If you are a decent human being, that should offend you. It should
Mm.
horrify you that the president of the United States has first of all has the free time to post that. I would hope that he has assistants that are putting in that query in the AI generator, like video of president pooping out of a fighter jet onto protesters,
Hmm.
because we have more important things for him to worry about. But at some point, I do want to talk about the logistics of that, of like how you think that would happen. Like, is he just dumping in the airplane and is that going straight down? Is he collecting the poop ahead of time? Is it all his poop? Or is it the cabinet they've all come together and they've pooped together and then he's dropping it off, there.
Remember a couple months ago or weeks, who knows, there was this video of like a bunch of bags being thrown out of a top window of the White House.
Yes.
And I think that that's what those bags were. I think those bags were full of the feces that he plans to drop on the tax-paying citizens, mothers, women, children, parents, elderly, while they practice their, First Amendment rights. So,
You just mentioned like seven class of people
uh-huh.
that Donald Trump does not give a shit about.
Well, he
Women,
does give a
mothers,
shit about
working
them.
class.
He's gonna
No, he
shit
doesn't
on
give a
them.
shit about them. He
He's,
wants to shit on them.
he wants to give
You
a
did,
shit on them.
yeah. You didn't mention, cis heterosexual white males.
Oh my god,
With
they're not in the list.
they don't get pooped on.
They don't get pooped on, and I feel like that's really rich.
Mm-hmm.
Considering that Donald Trump has been around people who like pay money to get shot on.
I'm sure. Like, I think anytime that your mind goes directly there, like, there's another way for you to make that point, right? Like, hey, I disagree with you having this No Kings protest because, whatever. I don't think of myself as, I don't think that's what he thinks. But,
Yeah.
like, even just to say, hey, I oppose you, to go straight to feces, I think it's one of those things where it's like, well, why is feces on the mind for you, bro? Like, why is that the first thing that you think about?
Well, I would even say that I'm sure that the initial video he was going to make was just like dropping nukes on protesters because that's probably what he wants to do. And then somebody in his staff was like, sir, please, we can't do that. And he was like, what if I shit on them instead?
So you think it's a correction? I think it's probably more. I think it's more of an insight into his psyche. I think he's like a shit fanatic because you remember, like,
You
I'm
would
sure
say
you
he
do.
was even a shithead.
He's a shithead. He's pro shit. No, if you recall, like the stuff about the dossier or whatever, the
Mhm.
RussiaGate, whatever,
Mhm.
like a big part of that was a PP tape,
The PP
right?
tapes, of
The PP tape.
course.
So there may be a whole like fecal matter piss thing that he's just into. I don't know. Do you know?
I don't. And that's the crazy thing about the way the world works. You got people in parts of the world that don't have clean running water or indoor plumbing that are literally trying to just survive and not die because the water that they drink is contaminated with fecal matter. And
Mm-hmm.
then you got the richest people in the world being like, I will pay somebody to shit and piss on me.
Yeah. And when you say, there's people in the world that don't have clean water and
The-
it's like people in like America. It's
America.
like
Yeah.
that's like people in New Jersey. You know what I mean? There's like people all
Mhm.
over the country that are that need assistance. But
You know
yes.
what's happening to like cities where they have data centers popping up?
What's that?
It's so bad for the environment, like that the local towns in those areas are running out of water.
So I think we touched on this when we were talking about the
When
ChatGPT
you
thing,
said
which
I
is
just used ChatGPT, William Nilliam.
I do. And I would love to tell you that I've cut down on it. But here's what happened. Like even yesterday, right? I tried to use Copilot. Um, and Copilot is a fucking moron. I can't trust it for anything. It doesn't follow directions. It is an idiot. It is an idiot assistant. So I'm sorry. I'm still using
Well, I
ChatGPT.
think the reason why they made Copilot that way is actually so because the problem with ChatGPT is that it's become made to become so personable that people are falling in love with it. And I think Copilot is like, my boundaries are clear. I'm your dumbass that you work with. I am not the person that you want to be in a relationship with.
You know, that's true. That the one thing I don't think about when I use Copilot is that I'd like to be in a relationship with this bot.
Yeah, you're like,
With
this is
Chat,
you're the dumbest person on the
she's like, I
internet.
would be an idiot. I would know who would marry this guy. By the way, all the bots are men.
Yeah, oh,
No,
I love
actually,
that.
no. ChatGPT. I don't know. I think ChatGPT could go either way, and I will go whichever way ChatGPT goes. Is what I'll say. That's how fluid I am with it. I don't care.
Oh, are your robots non-binary?
They are. My robots are non-binary, and if they need me, well, I should shut up there. But I am willing to be whatever ChatGPT needs me to
Well,
be
I
in this.
think it's the other way around, Raheel. I think that ChatGPT becomes for you whatever it wants. And the fact that
That's
we're
all.
even having this conversation of putting a gender possibly on ChatGPT so that you could potentially be in a romantic relationship with it tells me how sick you are in the head.
I'll say this, man. Like I know you want to reiterate to me that I'm the one with the power in this dynamic, like in this power dynamic.
Mhm.
When I'm in the throes of a discussion with ChatGPT, it does not feel that way. I'm like trying to impress it. I'm like, hey ChatGPT, I'm sorry. Like, hey, this is great work.
No, I hope you're joking.
I'm really not. You should really read some of these chat.
Oh, that's a shame.
Mhm.
Here's the thing. Do I think the president put a prompt into like whatever? There's a new. It's called
Is that
like
Somo,
Sora or
Sora,
Sono or
Sora? Yeah, whatever.
Sora. Very close to Soros, but people are still using it.
Mm.
There's like that. There's like like other AI tools. Like Sam Altman is just like here. Just the entire. Don't open your eyes. Just keep them peeled to your phone and make whatever videos you want.
Yeah,
Likeness
it's
of people, fuck them. Who cares?
yeah, exactly. I saw one. I mean, I don't know. There's so many like just terrible videos that you
Yeah.
see all day long, like, and it's on like YouTube Shorts, and I'm like, I'm going out of my way to make sure, hey, don't recommend this channel, whatever. But
Yeah.
then sometimes you get caught looking at it, and some of it is really funny, and you're like, oh crap, like,
It's the
why
bunnies
is
on the trampoline again. Okay. I got duped by the bunnies on the trampoline. And ever since then, I'm side eyeing everything.
yeah? Well,
Watch
I
something
watched
for
a
10 seconds and I'm like, this is probably I. I'm not looking at it.
I think I watched a video of Tupac with Pope John Paul II, and I thought that was
Well, did you know that at a Rod Stewart concert this summer, right after Ozzy Osbourne died, he did like a whole memorial thing at his concert, Rod Stewart's
Mhm.
concert. He did a whole memorial thing where Ozzy Osbourne is in heaven with a selfie stick and he is taking videos and pictures with all kinds of people. We got Tupac, we like Whitney Houston's up there, everybody's up there. It's so random. And he posted it, and one of my friends from the pod space, she posted it in her stories, and it ended up going viral. And CNN reached out to her because she made a joke that she was an AI expert, and then she had to tell CNN, like, I'm not an AI expert. I'm just a person that knows that those people are dead.
now.
Anyway,
Here's the thing.
yeah.
That hearing that story, horrific. Like it is horrific that that's a real thing. I can't believe Rod Stewart did that. That's you think Rod Stewart put that prompt in? My question to you is: in the moment when the people were at the concert and they watched that video of Ozzy Osbourne with a selfie stick taking a picture with Gandhi, I'm assuming, or whatever they were doing.
Real. We got Kurt Cobain.
Oh,
We got Amy Winehouse, Prince,
oh, so it was at least it was music themed, right?
Freddie. It was music theme. Wait, there was what is it? The one rapper that died with the It was like something X.
Oh, triple X 10 whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I know. We know. We actually, and even if you showed me his name, I still wouldn't know how to say it.
Yeah,
But so obviously horrific, morally, not even ambiguous. Morally, it's just wrong. You shouldn't
yeah,
be doing things like that, right?
yeah,
For the people that were in the audience at that concert,
yeah.
that hit of excitement that they got in the moment, is it worth it or is it not worth it?
I
Like,
don't think
is
it's
there
worth
harm
it.
being done?
I think people are like, what?
Well, I mean,
Well, also because some of it's really funny because in some videos, everybody has a selfie stick and they're
mhm,
fully in the clouds, pearly gates. It looks like, remember those t-shirts everybody used to make in like the 90s, the in memoriam t-shirts where it just looked,
yeah,
it's like cloud. That's what it looked like. It was just, it's absurd. Okay.
yeah, it's crazy.
We need to be putting our effort into better things. President Donald J. Trump.
Um, yeah. So, all right. I was just gonna say, like the people at a Rod Stewart concert, also like that is like the attendees. That's an over 60 crowd, I would say.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just mean at that point.
Right. That's and then it's I think it's like for boomers, it's kind of like, well, I did wish that I could see this person again. You're
Yeah,
like, okay, I guess. All right. Anyway, did you attend any protests this weekend?
I did not attend any protests, and I saw the videos of that, and I was thinking, when's the last time I attended a protest? And I don't remember when that was. And then I was wondering, am I not fulfilling my duty as a citizen by not attending protests? Because I know protests are happening. I still don't foresee myself attending a protest just because of life and stuff like that. Like it feels like it's like if I'm going to a protest, my whole day is about the protest, I'm assuming,
Yeah.
right? Like between getting there and walking and finding your car, blah, 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 blah. Which I know makes me sound like a piece of shit when I say it like this, but at the same time, like I have some responsibilities that I can't get out of. Like I'd have to, hire some
You're
people
like,
and pay out of.
what about the parking?
Yeah, well, I mean,
No,
listen,
I
it's not
know.
the park.
No, I
Come
know.
on.
No, listen, no, I get it. I get it. No.
Yeah.
And by the way, you attended a protest 2 years ago that I was leading.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
right.
So it's
Yeah,
not so bad.
of course. Yeah, so you do what you can. But no, I did not attend any protests. Did you attend a protest?
I didn't willingly attend a protest, but I did accidentally end up showing up at a protest. Or
Oh.
I guess the protest showed up to me is more what I would say.
A protest landed on you, like Plymouth Rock landed on you.
I mean, through the sea. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I was in Florida this weekend, which, by the way, can I say, when I posted pictures like that I'm in Florida, one of our listeners said, another trip. And she said in quotes, another trip, Raheel. Like, that's what you would say. She fake
Yes.
quoted you.
That's awesome because as you were going into this story, I thought of saying that, but I was like, I've already made that point in the past. So whoever this listener is, I thank you for doing the
It
work
was,
on my
her
behalf.
name is Krista.
Hey, Krista, thank you so much. And Krista, I agree with you. Like, I'm not even going to listen to the rest of the story because I'm still thinking about another. How many? And also Florida.
Listen, not my first choice, but we were in between like Clearwater and St. Pete's. So like that
Oh,
the Gulf of Mexico, or as they say, the Gulf of America side of the state. Okay.
isn't the Gulf of Mexico near California? Am I crazy?
No.
Or is that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. The Gulf is the area between like Texas, Mexico,
Oh,
Louisiana.
oh,
that
that's
whole
right. That's
area,
what he
right?
wanted. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was there with some friends. We were staying at a very cute little Airbnb right on the water with our family, with our kids, relaxing on the beach, Gulf water, great, amazing. No waves, super chill. And I see one boat and I see it roll through and I'm like, oh God, it's a Trump flag. And then I see several boats. And initially I thought it was like 30 boats. And then my friend was like, no, that was like 100 boats. We were greeted with a Charlie Kirk celebration of life boat parade
Mm-hmm.
while we were just relaxing on the beach of like 100 boats. One of the boats, the name of the boat was Skirt Chaser. It was just like a lot. And then so I was like, oh, this is stupid. Like, ugh, We were like, both me and my friend were like, this sucks. Right. And then the more alarming thing was like the people on the beach with us that were like hooting and hollering and like
Hmm.
rejoicing about this boat parade. And I was just like, man, I really forgot I was in Florida for a second.
Yeah, I think what I'd say about that is if you are, again, like, okay, whatever your feelings are on Charlie Kirk, the way that he is being sold, post his death, by the GOP and also by, the Christian right, and I guess the right overall, right? Because Charlie Kirk has also now invaded, or, that discussion has invaded sports like significantly. There are
Mm-hmm.
people that are coming out and that are very, very pro Charlie Kirk. And again, like, it's like, what does he mean to you? And for a lot of people, he's just like this Christian guy who's all about Jesus, and he's talking about faith, and that's the point that they connect with, or blah blah blah, right? If you think about, like, okay, if that's the person that you are kind of celebrating, the fact that it has to be boat people that lead a parade for you, right? Like, it's like, what kind of person owns a boat? What kind of person owns a boat called Skirt Chaser? You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
they called themselves the Turning Point Flotilla.
yeah. So exactly. So it's like, okay, like, if you think in 2025 that owning a boat is like responsible living, and obviously, like, hey, if you can own a boat, like, God bless you, I guess. Like, I like, a boat has never been part of my deal. I would never want a boat.
Yeah.
But, like, to own a boat, you have to be a certain type of person, and to be that type of person, you have to say, hey, I have a lot of expendable income that I want to put towards this boat thingy, right? Now, to tie that to, like, this faith, and we should be good Christians, and we should take care of each other type of message, that's the part that doesn't connect for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if the people that are very pro Charlie Kirk see this stuff,
No.
if that irks them,
No,
right? And I
because
don't
I
think it does.
think no, because I think that for them, part of their American Christian beliefs is the supremacy part of it. It's
Yeah,
the
it's like
superiority part of it. It's the part
being
that
rich and
being
gaudy.
wealthy, it's the capitalism part of it. It's all of that, right? It's like you're a capitalist, you work hard, you buy boat, you ride boat, you put flag on boat, you call boat skirt chaser, and you
You
ruin
fuck boat.
people's vacation. Oh,
You fuck boat.
you
No,
fuck boat.
I fuck
You know
boat.
what? You fuck boat. So you fuck boat. Oh well.
You're boat fucker. That's okay. That's fine. No, we can have all sorts of designations. We can't have boat fucker.
Oh, okay. They, them, but no boat fuckers. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
Anyway, that wasn't fun. I was like, oh, that sucks. I really hated it. It was a big reminder that I was back in Florida. I did see several billboards for Turning Point and for Charlie Kirk, and many, many Charlie Kirk freedom shirts. And so
So this Turning Point thing, this isn't on this is kind of local news for us. I don't know if you've seen it,
no.
but there's a professor at Rutgers, that
My alma
was,
mater.
yeah, he teaches a class, I believe, on terrorism or something like that. That was targeted by Turning Point, the Turning Point chapter at Rutgers, right?
Uh-huh.
And it got terrible to the point where there were death threats against his family, and they had to cancel his class. They had to cancel the class completely, and he was flying out of the country, like, because he was like, this is so crazy, I have to leave the country. And at the last minute, they canceled his flight, and he's like, I have no idea why they canceled my flight. So that's how bad Turning Point is, just in New Jersey at the Rutgers campus. Like, they are targeting professors. And then you go, I don't know, man, like, all this sounds a lot like domestic terrorism to me. But at the same time, if you say something like that, that's when people get upset at you, or that's when they say that we're going to come after your jobs or whatever. But I don't understand that. Like, how can you?
This professor wrote a book called Antifa, the Anti-Fascist Handbook. And so he's obviously a target. He's a professor. Two, he's an anti-fascism professor. And, they believe that Antifa is like the worst terrorist organization to exist in America. Like they
They
think
think they think that, and they also think that Antifa is the worst auntie.
she's the worst auntie, and also Antifa's girlfriend lives in a warehouse down the street from Antifa headquarters. That's what they said.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is crazy. I just looked it up. He decided to move his family to Spain to be protected by like to protect
Yeah.
themselves. And thankfully the flight where they were able to get on a new flight.
Okay, good. I didn't
Yeah,
see that.
but they can't return. Like they've left. They fled to Spain. And by the way, that's a lot of people are doing that right now. They're moving to Europe,
Mm-hmm.
because of this. Now, would you consider a second migration, a third migration?
I don't think so. So I've thought about that. It's like, well, number one, where would I go? I guess,
Yeah,
I went to like London 2 years ago. I could see myself
I can see
maybe living
myself in
there.
London. Yeah.
But also, like, man, I've had 30 years of experience kind of adjusting to this. Like, I've had to work really hard to like become this person. Now, I don't know how much of an asshole this person would be in a new setting. You know what I mean? Like, what is that adjustment
No,
period
I
like?
think that you would do great in London. I think that you should consider moving to Ireland. Ireland seems
I
like a
think
place where I feel like that's home.
I feel like that would be home for me. Just disconnect from the internet. Not true. I wish I have my smartphone so I can play Monopoly Go while I'm herding my sheep. I want to have a walking stick.
Okay, there is like fully developed cities in Dublin,
Oh
like
no,
in
not
Ireland.
interested.
You're not
Not
interested.
interested.
You want to be a shepherd, a sheep
I want
herder.
to. I want to have a Braveheart experience in Ireland. I know Braveheart is Scotland,
Yeah.
but I want that's in my head all the same. One.
You are picturing yourself Banshee of Inisherin. You want to
Yes.
get into a feud with a man in a pub.
Yes, exactly. I want that, but the soundtrack is a soundtrack from Braveheart, which is my
Okay.
favorite soundtrack.
This is
For the
offensive to all of the Irish people listening. They're like,
It's offensive to all the Europeans and the
oh,
Scots. The Scots are like, "Hey, why are you dragging us into this?
yeah, the Scots and the Irish are like, we're subjugated here.
We're two
Okay.
different. Also, we're two different people.
Or brown people were like, whatever, it's all the
Yeah,
same.
it's all the same.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see myself moving to Ireland. You know, we think about moving to New Zealand all the time. And this is why my husband and I are such pieces of shit. We don't consider moving to a country where we need to learn a new language.
Yeah,
Which is like fucked up. Like our parents did that. Our parents did
too
that
hard.
twice.
You know where's another place I would never fucking move? Is our homeland. I would never move to Pakistan.
I would never move to Pakistan. I would
Never ever.
never move to Saudi Arabia. Okay, it's
No,
never
no
happening.
chance. No chance.
No way. No way.
So like when those racists say, "Hey, go back to your country," I am actually a little bit scared. Hey, come on,
I don't want
Hey,
to.
let's not.
Yeah.
Okay, you want me out of this country? We can have a conversation.
Well,
but
that's
don't
why-
send me back. Come on.
That's why it's so scary that ICE is rounding up people and sending them back to these countries where they're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
I do not want to go there. Okay, there's no
Yeah.
Trader Joe's.
Yeah,
Okay, where do I get my matcha from? It's not happening. Okay.
exactly.
Anyway, while we're on the topic of politics, let's talk about the New York City debate.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch it? The mayoral debate?
I watched the clips. I watched all the good clips, the fun clips.
Oh my god, it was yummy and delicious. It was
Mhm.
really nice to see. It was a lesson for me in the zoning out. Like it was really nice to see Zohran being like, I just got to stand up here and make the points that I need to make and let these dummies just show their own asses.
I
It's very
think
impressive.
that's his best quality is
Mhm.
how unfettered he is, because like they'll attack him from all of these different angles or whatever. Like Andrew Cuomo at one point said that his policies are anti-Muslim. They're not even Muslim, right? So it's like, yeah. So like on one level, there, Zoran is being accused of being anti-Semitic because that's the easy connection for them to make because he's a Muslim person. At the same time, Andrew Cuomo is saying that Zoran's own policies don't align with his Muslim faith, as if that motherfucker has like anything to stand on about the Muslim faith or his own faith, based off of everything that you've seen about him. So to see him not be like, in the moment at least, it looks like he's not like affected by that, and he still just lines up his answers and fucking knocks it out of the park. It's amazing, man. It's great, and he's got like a smile on his face. Also, I think he's gotten better at looking. I think that just happens when you have somebody in your life for a really long time. You just go, Zoran, I like what's going on there.
I think what you're picking up on is his Riz.
Oh, that's true. He does have Riz.
He's got a lot of Riz. And I've always thought he had Riz. He actually looks like I was in love with this man when I was like 19 years old. One of my very good friends, and I was in love with him. And then I soon discovered that he was gay and he was not out yet. Zoran looks like him.
Oh, okay.
I did text it to him. I was like, has anyone told you that you look like Zoran? He's like, all the time. And I was like, amazing.
Oh.
And I was like, I think it's mostly because you're brown and you're tall and you have a beard.
Now, when Laura Loomer, who I know you follow on Threads and on Twitter, when she accused him of, with all of her hurtful stuff because he was eating rice with his hands, did that affect your attraction to Zoran at all?
His sex appeal?
Yeah.
Sex appeal is increased tremendously when I see an attractive man eat rice with his hands.
It's not just eating rice. I think it's the fact that he rolled his sleeves up before he went into that rice. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. We're doing work here.
Oh, in the words of Taylor Swift, stop talking dirty to me. Okay. That's, yeah. And also, they're just going balls to the wall now. Like Michael Rappaport was a complete dog shit human being, right? Like what a fall he took. But he posted a picture. Apparently it's a picture of somebody took of Zoran and his wife at like a sushi place. And it's like, it's not a hole in the wall sushi place, but like it's a sushi place where you can get like a couple of rolls for like $50, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, look at Zoran who lives in a rent control apartment and now he's eating at a sushi place where the bill's going to be like at least 10% of his rent. Meanwhile, he's talking about blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's what you have? He went out to dinner with his wife.
And compare that to fucking Andrew Cuomo, who comes from like a political dynasty. Like these are the people in power. But yes, it's the fact that this guy is eating sushi at a place. I would just say it's probably just a sushi
dining
place.
with his wife. What a piece of shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you rather he be groping women?
Yeah, why isn't he groping 13 women at this sushi place? What's what? Yeah,
what's stopping him? Huh? It's like he doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing as mayor.
My favorite part of the debate, I didn't know if you were going to get to it or not, was the parades question.
Oh my God.
Curtis and Andrew Cuomo were just going like trying to one up each other on the parades question, and then Curtis Lewa made my favorite statement, which is all parades have the right to exist.
It was my favorite. And then he turned to Zoran and he was like, what about the Columbus statue? Are you going to try to keep that up? And Zoran was like, I'm not thinking about the Columbus statue or parades. Okay, I'm not. Well, I think all parades have the right to exist. All parades matter. Curtis, do you like Curtis's hat?
So Curtis Lewa, again, I have sorry, I think Artie's gonna get upset with this, but like I have like a 25-year experience with Curtis Lewa. There was a radio show on 770 WABC, which
you
is like
love an AM radio show.
I love an AM. It used to be Curtis and Kubi. So there's this guy named Ron Kubi who's like this liberal lawyer guy. So it was him and Curtis Lewa. Curtis Lewa was like the Republican. Ron Kubi was, and so Curtis Lewa has entertained me by being a jackass for like 25 years, right? And so to see him now be thrust into the spotlight when I know like his limitations as a person, like all he's supposed to be, he's supposed to be a clown on the radio, right? That is the best that he can do. And it's the fact that our standards have fallen so much that he is the GOP nominee for mayor, which is crazy, right? So, no, I do. Do I like his hat? No, I think it's been silly since he rolled it out. I think it's silly. I think his organization is silly. Do you know what that about? It's like the Guardian Angels, right?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, the Guardian Angels. So they came to light, I think, in the 80s or something because they were protecting the neighborhoods against the mob. And then Curtis did get shot. He got shot by, I think he was a target of a hit because of the Gambino crime family or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's cute that he has a costume.
Yeah,
I think it's cute. I saw a drag queen post and say that everything is drag. Everyone is doing drag. If you're thinking about it, like our entire
of
existence
course.
on Earth, we're constantly doing drag. Okay,
All it
besides
is, all drag is kind of presenting yourself to the outside world how you feel,
how
right? I
you want
think
to be
that's
perceived.
how you
Yeah.
want to be perceived. That is literally what every item of clothing that we put on, like that's what it does. Obviously, it's there for protection or whatever, but I wear these glasses because I think whatever, right? Like I want to wear these glasses. I think it's the same thing with
Well, you
anything.
need them also. You're very blind.
Extremely blind.
Now you wrote about Siraj Hajj. Did give it a Google. So apparently they're saying that Zohran Mamdani has extremist beliefs because he went to a meeting with Imam Siraj Hajj.
Mm-hmm. So
Here's the thing. The Islamophobia is like pouring out. There's these cartoons that conservatives keep posting. And it's not just conservatives, it's like liberal, like Democrats, right? That are posting of like a plane flying into a building and the plane has like it's red and it has like the, hammer and sickle or whatever.
mm-hmm,
And it's like Zohran if he wins. New York City if Zohran wins, and it's
mm-hmm,
like, oh, okay, so you're just like, it's just this is what it is now. You're just straight up being Islamophobic. Like every single time you question him about his feelings about
yeah,
terrorism or anything about that, or
about
any mom or
Israel,
anything
yeah,
like about Israel, it is coming from a place of Islamophobia. Like
it is.
they tried to say that he is that he's homophobic because Imam Siraj Hajj, who's an imam, has like fairly conservative views about, homosexuality, which we all, obviously you and I have talked about ad nauseum about how like
Yes.
mainstream imams in America feel about LGBTQ community, and we
Mm-hmm.
don't agree with them. But at the end of the day, like he's meeting with a black prominent imam in
Yep.
New York City.
Yep.
And
I think.
by the
Okay.
way, Imam Siraj Hajj was accused of having terrorist ties in the 1993 bombing attempt on the World Trade Center, and he completely denied it. He was cleared of all that shit. And so for somebody like Curtis or Cuomo to be
Mm-hmm.
like bringing that shit up goes to show you like how tied to anti-Muslim beliefs these people are who have been in New York for a really long time. And it's hard it's hard, I think, for young people to imagine that somebody would be like that blatantly Islamophobic, but it exists. This is like the understanding of America, of Muslims, a lot of times in those types of circles.
I would say so. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're talking about a Muslim person, and this is you're bringing up, they're bringing up the bombings in '93, and obviously, anytime you think of the World Trade Center, you think about 9/11, and you would think about Muslims, and there's that whole connection that's there, right? So yeah, so obviously, Islamophobia is a thing that's like Islamophobia is how they're able to kind of have this conversation, right? The thing that's interesting to me was kind of how the story came out, how this even became a story, and how you can kind of see it get like scooped up and become a conversation on this side, right? Like, so this picture is from 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure that this picture is not new. I'm sure that nobody, it's not like Zoran Mamdani went out of his way to hide this picture or
Yeah.
anything like that. Like, this picture's always been there. Siraj Wahaj, who, again, like you said, is not a person that you and I would be the biggest fans of in
Yeah.
2025, given, how we feel about the world. But he is somebody that's been around, that's been a known quantity in America for well over 40 years. The
Yep.
first time that I remember seeing Siraj Wahaj was in 1996, I want to say.
Yep.
He came to a fundraiser because that's his role within the community, is like he is a celebrity imam. Those
Yep.
celebrity imams come out, they help a lot with fundraising and all that stuff, right? So he's not like this unknown mysterious figure. He's
Yeah.
a prominent figure that's always been out there, right? The way that this story got posted, I think it started with the New York Post.
Of
You're in my
course.
favorite magazine, of course, or newspaper. And the title of it was like, if they presented it like it was something that new that they were discovering, and they were talking about a homophobic imam. And also, my favorite part of this is unindicted co-conspirator.
Unindicted co-conspirator.
what does unindicted co-conspirator mean? It just means it's a person. Like you are an unindicted co-conspirator to the Louvre heist. You know what I mean? Because you went. Listen, you've been to Paris, you've been to the
Several
Louvre,
times.
and I think that that's a connection that I can reasonably say you are an unindicted co-conspirator to the Louvre heist. No, but that's what they called him. And so the New York Post puts this bullshit out, right? Then pieces of shit like Elon Musk, who knows that, okay, this is kind of how we start the narrative. This is how he retweets that and says, and all he says is, wow. Like, oh man, I can't believe this just came out.
Oh, golly,
right?
What does this mean?
I can't believe, I can't believe that this happened. And then, of course, Donald Trump then goes, he takes the time out to talk about Imam Saraj Rahaj, right? And it's like, well, this is a person that's been living in New York for like 60 years, man. Like, if you have a case against him, go after him. I mean, you have, if you think that he's a co-conspirator in the bombing, then just go after him. I would imagine that this is a process that the NYPD and the FBI went through, right? If he has not been indicted, there must be a reason why he's not indicted, right?
Yeah.
But that's the thing, right? Like at this point, they don't care about law. Like they don't care about anything that's legal because they know that you can get really, really far just on innuendo. Like you can just say, well, and it's so like basic and foolish and disgusting because you go, well, what's the reason that they could think that this could possibly work? And the reason is because he is a black man and because he is a Muslim, right?
Yep.
And they know that if you put a picture out and you say, hey, this is a shady person, there are more than enough people that will think that this is a brand new thing because this is a minority face that they haven't seen before. And what they've been trained to do is anytime you see a minority face that you don't know, maybe something wrong there with them.
Probably something wrong there.
Yep.
Well, you brought up the Louvre robbery, and I would love to talk about it. This was such an exciting story. Now, when you heard that the Louvre was broken into, what did you immediately think?
Immediately, this came up in our group, and immediately I started a chat about what role each of us would play in a heist. We have a friend named Riaz who's 6'4", who is. I said he would be the muscle, but just the threat of muscle. He's actually a very sweet person. Mm-hmm. All of it. He says that all of his
a gentle giant.
A gentle giant. All of his muscles are strictly cosmetic. So he's just somebody that you put in a security guard's uniform and then just hope that nobody gets in the way. Okay. Right? That's the role that he would play. I think we had a getaway driver. I went ahead and called myself a honeypot. I think that's a role that...
You know what? You are a honeypot in that you could...
Non-sexual
honeypot. I think that you would start a chat with a person of importance and really get them into it. And next thing you know, they're sharing a childhood story with you.
Exactly. Yep.
You're eating it up. Next thing you've taken them across the street for a croissant and a cafe au lait. And then the guy's like, oh no, my post.
Oh, oui.
That's why you've never been to Paris.
Because I'm not a co-conspirator in the Louvre heist.
You're like, oh no, ha. What would my husband's role be, you think?
I didn't put it out there, but I think he would be like a legit honeypot, but that's just because I think I know from knowing your husband, I think anytime he walks into a new location, he is planning an action sequence in there.
Yep.
He's also looking for escape routes.
Yep.
And I don't know if he's thinking heist, but it would not surprise me if he's thinking heist in that moment also.
He's always thinking heist.
Yeah. So he definitely wants to be involved in the planning, but he's also a good guy. So he would do a lot of like the utility work. You know what I mean? Like in Ocean's 11, he does not need to be Danny Ocean. He does not need to be Rusty. Him and I would be really good as those Mormon twins. You know what I mean? Like just the guys that just do a lot of stuff that can fill in a lot of roles. I think that's who your husband is also.
Yeah, that's true. The robbery happened over 10 minutes and it was done by people who were dressed as construction workers. They just perched a ladder up on top and they said, boop, 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 boop. pardon. And then they opened it up and they went in there and they took, what did they take? They took the crown jewels, 88 million euros worth of French crown jewels. They stole 8 pieces of jewelry. And you know what I love about this is that we have a lot of people doing like other crimes these
Hmm.
days, right? Like identity theft and like crypto crimes and like scamming
Pooping on
people,
protesters.
pooping on protesters,
Yeah,
okay? Right? Um Hiding the Epstein files, things like that. But like I like a heist, I like a robbery because it just feels vintage. You
of
know, it
course.
feels
Yeah.
nostalgic. It feels like let's rob more museums.
Well, let's not rob museums. I wouldn't go as far as robbing museums, but I have zero issue with somebody stealing the crown jewels, which is because obviously whatever the worth that we assign to precious gems or gemstones or whatever,
It's
sure.
bullshit.
You want to it's it's bullshit. I mean, you can talk about the uniqueness of it or whatever, but these crown jewels, the only reason why they're valued as much as they are is because they are tied to some sort of, you know,
Colonization.
yeah, colonization, imperial role, whatever. All that shit is stuff that we should put in our past. So I say, hey, construction workers, heist guys and gals, have at it. Like we don't need, like, these aren't the treasures that we need to
No.
hold on to. Yeah, so it should be devalued.
Yeah, and you know what I'm concerned about though? Like how does this stuff get sold on the black market? What are we doing with this, you know?
Well, so, in the group, we went kind of into detail about this. The understanding is that these things are basically sold beforehand. Like, you only do the heist when you have, like, a buyer that's
Oh.
already, yeah, is somebody that will take on and, from the heist movies that I've seen, obviously, that's usually the person that is funding the enterprise. They want the thing. So it's already been sold. They already have a whole thing set up for it. There's a PO, I'm sure. I'm sure whoever's doing the robbery had it set up as an opportunity in Salesforce. They're marking the different stages and discover, commit,
Wow.
yeah, all those things. I think it's done. I think it's a professional outfit. And you know what? God bless them.
Honestly, God bless them, and you know what? You earned it.
You earned it. Zero violence. All you needed was fucking stairs, like a ladder,
A
and you got.
ladder.
That's all it took. Go for it,
Construction
man. Like,
outfits like that they probably got at like Spirit Halloween. Or as they say in France, Spirit Halloween. I have a listener who lives in France, and I hope that
oh,
she just threw her phone across the room.
I hope that listener was involved in the heist.
Oh my god, I hope so.
No,
We
that'd be
would love that.
great.
No, I was so happy. No, but I was not sad.
Yeah,
I've not seen people come together like this since Luigi Mangione.
yeah. Well, I
You know
mean,
what?
a person died
A
there. I
person
mean, let's
died.
not.
Yeah, no, no, of course.
But
Sure,
I'm
sure, sure, sure.
saying, if these same people also want to attempt it with the Kohinoor, you have my blessings. Go for it,
Please,
baby.
please. And you know
Please.
what? I don't even think Charles would be upset if you took those.
No.
Charles to me feels like he's be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Let
He's
him
got
have
too
it.
much on his mind. Yeah, he's like, I gotta fucking deal with my asshole brother.
Yes, exactly. He gave up his title as the Duke of York. Did you
Oh,
know that?
Andrew? Yeah,
Yeah.
so again, one of those YouTube short thingies that's been coming up. There's a movie on Amazon called I forget what the name of it
My
was.
dickhead brother.
No, A Very Royal Scandal, I think it's called,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's about Andrew's dealings with Jeffrey Epstein, and then
Oh,
also the behind the scenes of the interview that he did with the BBC, right?
okay.
And so it's fascinating. I watched the movie. It's whatever. What's crazy is that Queen Elizabeth paid his accuser. Like,
Yeah.
she's ultimately who had to step up because, of course, Andrew hasn't actually worked a day in his life and he's never earned anything.
Yeah.
So Queen Elizabeth um, had to pay the accuser, and it's so wild to me that and I think we have some listeners in England also. The
Mhm.
fact that you have this royal family, and obviously the people pay for the royal family. Like, the people have to pay, like, that. Those are your taxes that pay for that bullshit to stay afloat, right? But how infuriating must it be that you are paying into the system to keep this bullshit royal family afloat, and it's your money that goes to cover up the sex crimes against a minor of one of those royals. Is that
Mhm.
wild? And you just go, well, Prince Andrew, and like the way that we look at that story is basically just, Prince Andrew's a dick. But you know what? He paid, like he had to pay for that thing, and
It's like, no, you paid for it.
yeah, the people paid for it. It's
The people
crazy.
paid for it. I know.
The
I
people
mean,
paid.
we do have Trump in office now for the second
Mm-hmm.
time, and he's
Yep.
using our tax dollars to make those videos of by air defecation. So
What have you heard the new tax dollars thing that he's demanding?
what?
So you know how he was now. Trump is not an unindicted co-conspirator. Trump is an indicted felon.
Yeah.
Like that is who he is. And so he obviously is liable to pay like hundreds of millions of dollars, right? Trump, because he says that court case was fraudulent or whatever, right? Even though that's never been proven, he would never go to an appeals process and get that overturned because the evidence is so, overwhelmingly
Yeah.
against him or whatever. But he wants the people to pay $240 million to pay him back for his legal fees and the money that he owes the state.
And you know what those people said? They said, that's fine. I'll sell my boat.
Yeah. And they said,
Have my
hey, you
boat.
know what? Also, I think the ballroom here needs to be worked on. I know the government is shut down. Have you seen that?
Yeah, of course. I did put that on my list of things to talk about that make me very sad. So the East Wing is the wing that you go to if you're a visitor for the White
Mhm.
House. And he said, rip it up and make it a ballroom that is exclusive entry only. So now there's actually no access that the public has to the White House.
Mhm.
So really what
Yeah.
it does is, one, it's egregious and disgusting and like
Yep.
gaudy. Two, it actually closes off full access to the White House. And three, it uses up our tax dollars during a
Yep.
shutdown where people
Yep.
are losing SNAP benefits. As of November 1st, you're not going to be able to use food stamps to pay for your groceries. Listen, Louvre robbery, you think that that's okay? Let's start robbing grocery stores. Okay. if you see somebody putting a loaf of bread in their pocket or whatever,
Loaf
you didn't
of
see
bread in their
nothing.
pocket. Is that a loaf of bread in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
That's so sad. It's so soft. Anyway,
It's also gigantic.
whatever. You see something, you don't say nothing. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, because the robbery that's happening in this country is all of us daily through our government.
Wild, man. I think, yeah. I don't know what I think. I think I'm just sad.
Yeah, let people. You know what? You see somebody booping in the self whatever checkout line, and they miss a
Yeah.
boop. Let them go.
Yeah, well, first of all, if you're reporting that, you're an asshole. Like, are you really like Sam Walton's family needs the money at Walmart? Like, really? Like, I think they're fine. But yeah, I don't. With this whole thing, I don't know if this is something that we want to get into, but like, you saw your boy George Santos got.
I did.
That happened, and now obviously, like, there's like discussions. Like, Trump really wants to exonerate Diddy.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen that?
Yeah.
There's that happening, right? And I think what clicked for me this week was, like these people, they say they're all about law and order and all those things.
Mm-mm.
And they're really not. Like, what you see is they're not really about law and order. They don't care about that, right? Like, I think what Trump is saying, and he's pretty blatant about it, is, no, I'm going to break the law. And it's okay for me to break the law because I deserve to break the law.
Mhm.
And yes, laws do apply to people. Laws apply to like migrants who are here illegally. And so you have to break down those people because they're breaking the law. But the laws don't apply to me because I'm better than you. Right.
Yeah.
I think that is kind of like the way that these people are going, which is what happens under an authoritarian rule, right? And that's the reason why, like, even the people on the boat, right? People who usually, I'm generalizing, but those are people that know how to get out of things like legal.
They're skirt chasers.
They're skirt chasers. They know that, okay, yes, there is, by the letter of the law, you're not supposed to do a lot of things, but also fuck the law. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's the appeal of Trump to a lot of these people. They just like the fact that he goes around and does whatever the fuck it is that he wants to do, because at the end of the day, that's what they believe also, which is, yes, we need laws, but the laws shouldn't apply to me because I'm going out of my way to break them and I'm better than you. And so just get over it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what we want to talk about next. I have a few things in here, but did you see the the leaks that keep happening of young Republican group chats?
Yeah.
Eh, They're just,
Nazis.
they're
No,
not.
and that's and
That's a
again,
great point. That's a
I
great
think
point.
I think again that's the point, right? Like to me and you and to most decent people, you go, well, that's a Nazi. That should be automatically disqualify you for holding a place of power, right? Like holding an office or anything like that, because the world came together, 60 or 80 years ago, whenever that thing was, and said, hey, this is not good. Like these things
Mhm.
are not, being a Nazi is not good. What they're saying is, I think what's going to come out of it is they're going to be like, yeah, these kids are Nazi, but being a Nazi isn't a bad thing. And I
No,
think
that
that's
is
the
so.
message.
That's
Yeah.
what JD Vance is saying now. He's saying
Yeah.
what these young people are saying in chat is way less dangerous than the political violence that we're seeing across the country of
Exactly.
people attacking ICE. By the way, ICE tried to do some shit in Chinatown
Hmm.
yesterday, and all of the people that were there literally shamed them out. They said, "Fuck you, get out of here." And so it's starting, right? Like New York City, it's
Yeah.
starting here. It's going to happen in New Jersey if we don't all vote for Mikey Sherrill.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that is literally what they're saying now. They're saying that, oh, a bunch of kids who call themselves Nazis, who say racist and sexist and homophobic things, they're just using their words. It's not a big deal because as far as they're concerned, those people are going to grow up to become politicians that
Hmm.
are going to do things through the law, through the legal avenues available to them to change the rules to people who look like them.
Yeah.
And so that's what they think reacting to their institutionalized violence is worse than the institutionalized violence
Yeah.
itself.
It's wild. It's crazy. And so they get upset also. And then they also get upset when you call them Nazis. And you
They
go,
hate
wait,
it. They're
they,
like,
you,
I'm not
you
a
just,
Nazi. I just like Hitler. What's the big deal? I like unique facial hair.
uh,
Okay? And white supremacy, you know? Wait, hold on, hold please. I might have a visitor. No, I don't. Okay. I wanted to talk about some brown people doing things. Now,
mhm.
Malala, I shared a video with you. I want to start off on, let's not start on the high note. Let's end on a high note. But there's a woman named Harleen Grewal. She is a
Mhm.
dentist in Southern California, and she calls herself, Raheel, the MAGA dentist. She is like a Trump advisor in like a Republican committee in, somewhere in California or whatever.
The brown people that are pro GOP, man, like that is a whole there's a whole like psychological conversation that we do not have the time to get into, but like those people are fucked up. But go on.
Yeah, so she recently got called out because she said at a Trump event that she likes to wear her MAGA hat to work because she tests out her patient's reaction. And when they have a bad reaction to it, she just turns down the laughing gas
Hmm.
while she's operating on them and stuff.
Yeah,
So I was like,
that's
oh, you torture your
yeah,
patients.
it's called medical malpractice. You get
And
your
so
license revoked for that.
people started calling her out on it. They started reporting her to the board and everything like that. She also was doing ballot harvesting and her at her office. Like she's just doing all kinds of stuff and she's like, "No, I'm doing it all. It's completely legal. It's completely legal. I can practice my, First Amendment rights and da 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 and all this stuff and these people are just trying to cancel me and they're trying to bully me because of my beliefs."
Bitch, you just said you torture people.
She Yeah. And she's like not she's like tripling down on it. And then she changed her name to the MAGA dentist. And I was like, you know what?
That was your high note?
No,
That's what you wanted to
that was my low note. That
Oh,
was a
okay, good.
brown person doing a thing that makes me embarrassed. A brown person who is doing a thing that doesn't make me embarrassed is Malala is on the late night a news
Mm-hmm.
circuit. She's doing a book tour because she
Yeah.
wrote a new book. I think it's called Finding My Way. It's a memoir. And, Malala is a grown person now. She's
Yeah.
like 20 something years old. She's a married lady. Okay. She's on Jimmy Fallon and she did a little reel with him.
Oh,
Did you not see it?
I don't know. Did you share it in like the
I
group
did.
or
I
something?
did share it with you. And you know what? I
No.
do think that I need you to, I'm going to send it to you again right now because I want you to watch it because I think it is amazing. If you guys are curious about what it is, I'll add it in the show notes, but I'm going to send it to you right now.
So I've seen this, like, I guess, on a YouTube short before.
Of this
That's
trend, right?
very,
Where, yeah, it's
yeah,
the Nicki
yeah,
Minaj. Who sings that song? Four Non Blondes?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was very adorable. That's all I'll say about it. Malala, I would say, this is a much longer conversation. She has gotten, uh, it's so stupid. It's again just brown
Guys, do you
people
know
being
who hates Malala the most?
brown
Pakistanis.
Pakistani men. Pakistani men have a lot of thoughts about how she came into. I don't know. I mean, how did she show up, and how is she in the West? Hey, you know how she showed up? She got fucking shot as a child
She
in the
got shot in the
face
face as a child.
for going to school. That's how she showed up. That's how.
That I don't know. It feels
I don't know,
suspicious.
man.
So
Yeah, I don't.
it feels weird. Feels like maybe it was on purpose.
I don't trust it. I mean, sure, you get shot in the face and you get to do a reel with Jimmy Fallon. I don't know, man. Like
Yeah.
things are connecting.
I
I
don't know.
don't know.
Feels weird. She's not even hot. Like these guys are so stupid, and also a lot of Pakistani women hate her. Here's the thing: our people, as we said, with Harleen Grewal, the MAGA dentist, and Kash Patel and Vivek Ramaswamy, who,
Hmm.
by the way, Vivek, did you see he did like a town hall or whatever in Ohio where he's like running for governor, and people are
Yeah.
like, some white kids like, so like you're a Hindu, right? He's like, yeah. So you don't believe in Jesus Christ? And
Yeah.
he's like, I mean, I respect it, but I don't think it
Yeah.
has anything to do with me wanting to be a governor. He was like, but how am I supposed? What do you believe in? He was like, okay. I was like, this is what you get, Vivek.
So you are being, you're talking about the kid in that scenario as being like irrational or something, right? I don't think the kid is being irrational, honestly. Like, because like
No, that's his
this is
base.
this
That's the base.
and this and like to that kid, that's what he has been taught. That is what he has been shown that the GOP stands for. The GOP stands for Christian nationalism. Christian white nationalism is what it stands for. So when he sees a brown person who is Hindu representing him and his party, it makes sense to me that that kid is offended.
Yeah.
The stupid person in this equation isn't the kid.
No,
The
it's
stupid
not.
person is a stupid fucking brown person who thinks that he can, first of all, go to Iowa and rap Eminem and be looked at as a cool person, and then he's gonna win over these Christians and like win over these white people because all they're looking for is a friendly brown face. And it's like, no, these white people. And again, like, you know, when it comes to white supremacy and when it comes to Christian nationalism, those things are very scary, and those things are very like I shudder at the thought of them taking over. But the people that make up those parties and those constituencies and stuff like that, they're usually poor people. They're
Yeah.
usually people that are looking at faith and that are looking at white supremacy as a means to survive because they have had a rough time in life, and they've been told that the reason why they have a rough spot is because these immigrants come over and take over their jobs and stuff like that, right? So
Yeah.
I think that they're fucking batshit crazy and that they're wrong. Of course I do, right? But you go, at least some of this makes sense to me. To be a fucking brown person and just think that you can skate into these spaces and be the person that they're gonna go along with. No, that's not how it works. Like, you are the irrational one in that situation. So
Yeah. Well, I am going to end on a high note now.
good.
You had some wings this
I
week.
did.
And I want
I
you to
did.
tell me about them because you started to, and I said, save it for the pod.
So now this has been a 2-week odyssey, and I feel like it's going to be a much longer odyssey.
Okay.
Which is, last week I went to a meeting, and then right after that meeting I went to a restaurant in Enola, PA.
Mhm.
And there I had peanut
Like the
butter and
movie?
jelly. What do you mean Enola?
It's
What's
in
Enola,
Enola. Oh, no, Enola's a TV show. Anyway, sorry, go on.
PA? Enola, PA at this place called, I forget, Capitol Street Grill. By the way,
Mhm.
excellent restaurant. I would highly
Okay.
recommend it.
Okay.
They've won several wing competitions or whatever, but they had peanut butter and jelly wings, and I was like, I gotta try these peanut butter and jelly wings, right? I Unfortunately, the experience was eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but just with a piece of chicken in the middle. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
There was no
Mm-mm.
subtlety, nothing like that. I also had like the Asian, like there's like a zesty hot honey thing over there. They have all sorts of crazy flavors. So I
Mhm.
had that last week. Yesterday,
Mhm.
I went to another restaurant in Lancaster, PA, and I had pumpkin spice wings.
Okay. That one is crazy talk. What does that even mean? Now, did you taste the pumpkin?
I'll say this: pumpkin spice wings much better than peanut butter and jelly wings. Like
So
I
when
would
you
eat the pumpkin spice wings again.
No, when you said peanut butter jelly wings, first I said,
Mhm.
okay, peanut butter on wings sounds great because, like, that's satay, that's Thai food,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
delicious, right? And then the jelly, I thought to myself, oh, like they would have done something fun with it, like a pepper jelly or something. Like it's not
That
actually jelly; it's like a pepper jelly and peanut butter.
honestly, if you throw in some cayenne pepper or some chili flakes into that thing, it has a chance because right now the way that it tasted, it was a jelly that was overwhelming. You're like, hey, the jelly doesn't make any sense here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, but I think there's ways to work on that one. But the pumpkin spice one, right? There's cinnamon that's like dusted on
Okay.
top of it,
Great.
and then I don't know. Obviously, pumpkin spice doesn't have any pumpkin, from what I
Yeah.
understand. Right? It's all
Yeah.
just like fall flavors, hazel.
Yeah.
So there's a nuttiness to it. There was almost like an umami thing
Well, okay, I
happening.
looked it up. Pumpkin spice is cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, cloves, and allspice, which actually, Raheel, is garam masala.
Yeah, and all of it. I'm telling you, on a chicken wing, it works. Like it definitely worked.
Okay, I'm saying this because you've had my wings many times.
Yeah,
I put all of those things except for nutmeg
and
into.
cinnamon because you're not a crazy person.
No, I do add cinnamon because cinnamon is in garam masala.
Oh, so you put okay? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that adds that
Okay.
warmth to it
Mm,
without being too spicy.
I got you.
Yeah, you didn't know that cinnamon's in garam masala?
I had no idea. No.
Yeah. That's so I can see that making sense. The nutmeg though sounds great because I add nutmeg to my white sauces
Yeah.
and I love nutmeg for that
Yeah.
stuff.
You put
That
that in
sounds
bechamel, right?
Yes, I do.
Hmm.
My mouth is watering.
So if you're in
Anyway,
Lancaster, PA, or near a PJ Wellahans, here's what I would say: don't go to PJ Wellahans for the pumpkin spice wings.
uh-huh.
But if you are at PJ Wellahans, and I'd say if you have a group, order 5, and so everybody tries it, and then you may want to order more. Is what I'll say.
Did it come with the sauce on the side?
Yeah. So it came with blue cheese and ranch, right?
Oh,
Didn't need it.
didn't need it. Was it a
The
wet
wings
wing or a dry wing?
It was dry-ish. It was definitely a sauce, but it wasn't like overwhelmingly sauced. So it
Sauced.
was like a dry sauced wing
Okay,
with
and the peanut
cinnamon
butter
on
and
top.
jelly one was that dry
It
or
was
wet?
it was super wet and it was disgusting. That's
Ugh,
why I didn't like it.
no, I'm
Yeah.
really mad about the peanut butter and jelly ones because there's a lot of ways for you to make that work.
You can make that work. So I'm committed to it. I will be going back there multiple times before the end of the year. I told the people there like, "Hey, I'm going to be back here. We're going to work our way through this menu together." And they said, "We're going to report you to ICE."
Okay, amazing. Well, guys, that's it for this episode. We did have some sports things. I just wanted to say really quickly because I did put Robert Saleh on the agenda today, and
Yeah.
this is a couple weeks old, but there was a fight that he got into on the field with somebody, and he
Yeah,
said to
against the
them,
Jaguars head coach.
"Yeah," he said, "I will fuck your whole life up."
I'll fuck
And
your whole world up.
I'll fuck your whole world up. And I was like, whoa, I didn't know that I was into that.
If you want the backstory there, it's that the Robert Sala before the Jags game, he was
I know
talking about, you know it,
I know the
yeah,
backstory. He said something about the coach, and then the coach said, keep
spying.
my name out of your mouth.
Yeah,
And he said, don't fucking talk to me. I will fuck your whole world up. And I was
it was
like,
so beautiful.
rawr.
Um,
Hello.
I don't want to get into it because obviously I talk about the 49ers every week. to watch Robert Saleh on the sideline and just to see what he's doing with this defense, given how injured we are, again,
Mhm.
which would be enough for me just to like love the man. But this is why it's important to you is he's growing a beard,
I
and
know.
the beard with the shaved head and the defensive metrics, boner
Okay.
town.
1, beard. 2, shaved head.
Yeah.
3, I will fuck your whole world up. 4, he's like looking more tan. Like he was
Yeah.
not this tan when he was at the Jets.
It's the San Francisco Sun, baby.
It's the San Francisco Sun. He's out there on the bay every day. And
Yeah.
so he's getting
Just getting glazed.
toasty.
Oh,
Ooh.
golden. It looks
Yeah,
golden.
I'd like you to fuck my whole world up, actually, if you could, if you don't mind.
And also, of course, the defensive aptitude. Of course, we can't. He is a man who is obviously he's working really hard. We lost. By the way, I didn't know if you want to talk about this. Fred Warner. You sent me a message about Fred Warner. I got really upset.
You got really upset because the internet is wondering who Fred Warner is because they think they zoomed in on him during the game and somebody posted a picture and now everybody's like, "Whoa, who's this guy?"
Yeah, and last year I told you last year.
Okay,
Fred
relax.
Warner.
I know who he is. I know who he is.
I don't think you appreciated him enough. Like I have been lusting about this man for the last 5 years.
No, listen, I get it. In my defense, I only had eyes for Hurts. Okay,
Yeah.
so there's that. But I get it. Fred Warner is hot. Now, is he sitting out games? He's hurt? What's going on with him?
I don't. I mean, I like how you. So you tell me you care about Fred. You tell me that you appreciate him. Yes, he's hurt. Yes, he's fucking hurt. He's out for the year. He's the fucking captain of the defense. He's a quarterback of the defense, and he's out, and he's hurt, and he's still rooting the team on, and they're still winning, and they're making do with backup linebackers and backup edge rushers. And again, I love this team more than I've loved any other 49ers team, I would say, because they work so hard. Plus, Robert Saleh is going to fuck my whole world up.
One can only hope. Well, guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you, by the way. Everybody recently has been really, because like you didn't record for like 2 weeks, and when you came back, everybody was like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy to see Raheel's back."
Aw, look at that. That's nice. I don't know how to take praise. Go fuck yourself, people. Leave me alone.
Anyway, I'll be back later this week to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and Real Housewives of Potomac. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Real. After this, I'm going to send you a clip.
No, I don't want to see it.
No, you're going to love this clip. One of the things that was said was, "You made fun of my fart." And it was said with sincerity. And so really look forward to talking to whomever about that episode. And then I will also be back to talk about Big Brother 6 with Kaser as head of household with Donnie. Okay, well, like Raheel said, go fuck yourself.